I want to go ahead and jump into the Batman. They announced Batman 2. What I think it's interesting what you're saying. I mean, I'm all pumped up, but the yesterday what Sony announced was actually so disappointing that at least
Yeah,
WB announced, Batman 2. And
yeah. We'll talk about Sony's presentation after we get through WB because that was perplexing. Is all I can say about that now. But as far as the Batman goes, I think people were starting to wonder, like, why haven't they announced the sequel? What's taking so long? It was like the Monday after Wonder Woman 84 came out, they announced Wonder Woman 3.
yeah.
Uh, so while it's not uncommon to take a while to announce a sequel, this one did take longer than expected given its success. But I think that had everything to do with the merger and getting through that. And I think, Zaslav is obviously pleased with all this. So,
One thing that I like about the Batman 2 is right off the bat, we got the three main characters that I felt that were very good. Obviously, Robert Pattinson as Batman, but I thought Zoe
yeah.
Kravitz did well as um, Catwoman. And
Yeah.
man, for the first time, and sorry, Danny DeVito, but the Penguin, Colin Farrell knocked it out of the park. So I can't even imagine what I hope they center it around Colin Farrell a little more this time. And I think it's just going to be even better than what the last Batman was.
Yeah. I mean, if they're going by any direction, I really think he set up Hush as the main villain.
Okay.
Because remember, if you do like Colin Farrell, you're getting a whole HBO Max series about him. So they're gonna really flesh him out in that series, and I would guess he'll still be in the sequel. I don't know what capacity. I think they're gonna do Hush just because he was so. I mean, heck, his dad was named. I mean, it was like it's a setup for Hush, huge.
What do you think are the chances? What I'm hoping as a Batman fan, what are the chances for Court of Owls?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think that's a pretty safe bet. I don't know if they'll appear in the second one or the third, but I think this is a very popular story. This is one of those that I think Batman fans would really like to dig their heels into. And, hey, especially with this version of Batman, and for anyone who hasn't seen it, the plot points with his family, I think are going to play in heavy. I mean, it's just like setting up Court of Owls, in my opinion.
Yeah. And what I like about Court of Owls is it's not real sci-fi. It's like a realistic villain that could actually happen, and that's what I personally always have liked about Batman, are more of realistic villains, not the sci-fi kind of stuff. And Court of Owls, in my opinion, fits right into that situation.
Well, yeah, that's true. But let me ask you a question then. So if they do Court of Owls, they probably will do the Talons,
Yeah,
and that does get a little. I don't know if sci-fi is the right word, but
sort of magic, sort of.
magic-ish. I mean, when
Yeah,
you're dealing with, I think they were using science to keep dead bodies animated, and
yeah.
so maybe if they do something like that. But would you still like to see the Talons
I
in that part of
If
it?
they do it tastefully, I think if they go way overboard with it, which I think you could be either way, but I hopefully they don't go way overboard with it, and I think it would fit. What I also hope that happens is if they do Court of Owls, that could segue right into Nightwing going on big screen too, because if you remember, he did work for them a little bit. It wasn't in Rebirth.
Yeah, I mean, he was supposed to be one of their main Talons, and then it
Yeah.
didn't work out for the court. But Dick Grayson was being groomed to be this major Talon, and so yeah, you could do a lot of things, to introduce Dick Grayson. I think people are really wanting to see another. It's time to like, hey, quit shying away from Robin. Let's get a proper Batman and Robin Dick Grayson movie that isn't complete freaking garbage, like the '97 show
But do you
or
think
movie. But
it's, in my opinion, if they do go with a Robin on this, it's going to be more of the Tim Drake, isn't it?
I don't see how. I don't.
Well, that
No, they're
one
not gonna
kid
do
was
Tim
in it.
Drake. There's no way they introduce Tim Drake. Well, unless they make him bi like the comics.
Wasn't
But
it the
other than
same
that,
actor though that is supposedly the Tim Drake on
oh,
um
it's the same actor.
yeah.
It's just a coincidence, though. Like he was on set of the Titans and was like, didn't really want to tell anyone he had a part in the Batman. I mean, it's a hell of a like, oh hey, look who it is. I mean, if you're watching Titans, you
Yeah.
might think that's a kid that's Tim Drake.
Yeah.
But
See, that's the kind
I
of things that drive me nuts on when they
right,
do
because
that.
there's for DC because there's nothing's connected.
Yeah.
And so with Marvel, if you'd seen that would have been Tim Drake.
Yeah.
And you'd have been like, "Oh man, look, that's Tim Drake. That's the same actor that's in Titans, man. We're gonna really get something going here."
So
But with DC,
you really think they're going to drag it out for a while and get a good Dick Grayson Robin with Batman? And how long do you think then it would take to get Nightwing on the big screen?
yeah. I mean,
That's what I
here's the
worry about.
catch. I mean, here's the catch. If you really are gonna go Hush for the sequel, which I mean, it's kind of obvious, then it doesn't leave a lot of time to introduce Dick Grayson. Then if you're gonna do Court of Owls, I mean, it's going to be hard to introduce Dick Grayson because he should have already been a big
Hmm.
player. So they're gonna have to not do a straight adaptation like Marvel does, where they take the idea and change a lot about it, and then it's kind of still what it is. If they want to go and introduce Dick Grayson, and maybe they won't, it'll be up to Matt Reeves, and if the Snyderverse comes back and they can do Batfleck and all that too. We'll see. But it's exciting nevertheless. I think everyone's happy and relieved that they officially announced the sequel. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you knew it was going to happen. It would be like, how do you not make the sequel? But people are like, geez, it's taking a long time. So finally, we have the announcement, and I would imagine we'll start getting teases of a story here pretty soon.
Okay.
So.
If you have enjoyed what you have watched, please hit the subscribe button and make sure you check out our other videos. Thank you.